All right, so we are doing voice recording through the iPhone for, oh my God, I just smashed my GoPro into the windshield. Uh, this is new for me. Let's make sure we've got this tightened on there. And yeah, I think this is good. All right, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it out. Let's just see how this goes. Oh, we're riding through our subdivision. It is a beautiful day. I mean, the wind's going a little bit, but not too bad. And, hey, there's my neighbor. Say hi to him. I don't know how the bugs are looking through this touring windscreen. Since I put this windscreen on, it has been a game changer with this bike. I used to get a ton of buffeting on my helmet, which I run a Schuberth C3 Pro, which are kind of known for buffeting. To be honest, they're a quiet helmet, comfortable, nice modular helmet, but they're known for buffeting. That's their thing. Now, it's a bit windy. I've got my visor open, so we'll see how much wind noise comes through the mic. That's what this video really is, just testing how we can use the mic on the Sena to record audio for the GoPro, or anything really. So this is going to be an overlay audio, which means I am going to have to use editing software afterwards. And I'm going to, oh, don't worry about that. Just stall our bike. You get to see that. Oh, what are we seeing? Tire pressure not at set point. Check tire pressure. Okay. Well, we did just have a tire installed yesterday, so that is something for us to keep an eye on. I will check my tire pressure. Let's go take a look. Because it says literally stop immediately. So let's just put our kickstand down. That tire is looking pretty decent. Let's just run through here and see what the pressure system's saying it's set at is. Oh, 33. That is low. Okay. That is low. Let's go take this off the road. We will go back to the house where we are going to check our tire pressure. So, cool. We can ride through the ditch, which is pretty awesome. We're going to go check and see what that tire is sitting at. Actually, we don't even have to go back to the house. We can do that right in the ditch. Let's get to a little bit more of a level spot here. Yeah, something like here. And throw it neutral, stop the bike. Oh God, we can't stop here. We can't stop here. This is atrocious. Why did we try to stop here? All right. Oh, we could stop here, but too much of a hill to put a kickstand down on. So, let's just go up here. Okay, this should be much better. All right. Okay, really got to watch our mount, chin mount when we get off like that. Now, I happen to have this, which I just bought. Super handy. It is a Fantic, what what is it, X9 Pro, and it's made to put the right pressure in your tires. It's got a really short little thing here. We're able to cycle through what we need to be at. Bump this up to 42. We're going to find our valve stem, which of course is on the other side. Fine. It's actually quite a handy little spot. This is nice that it screws in like this. Okay. And yeah, we are seeing 33 psi. So let's get that boosted up. I wonder why we are at 33 psi. I don't know, but I'm glad I checked this out now and not later. And I'm glad my bike has a tire pressure warning system. I mean, really, should you check your tires every time before you get on your bike? Yes, you should. How many of us do? Probably next to none. This little Fantech's powering up quickly, although I should probably charge it because it's down to 3/4 battery, although I've heard these can really power up a lot of air before they lose a lot of battery. Since I have a trip coming up next weekend, a 2,000 kilometer trip, it'd be good if I powered that up. We're already up to 39 psi. That's 6 psi in probably, I don't know, a minute, not even. And it will just shut off when it gets to the right psi, but I'm going to replace this valve stem cap and go for a ride. I wonder if it's just low from the motorcycle shop, or if it was, if there's a bead issue or a puncture. I'm really curious now. All right. Okay, done. Just like that. Which is pretty nice. Put this back on. You plug this in, shuts it right off. Back in the top box. And that's how long it took us to get back on the road. Again, we're going to really watch that air level. Oh, I hit my GoPro again. That's going to become a consistent theme, I can tell. Start her up. You can see we're doing our voice recording right on here. Yeah, neat way to do it. Alright, so PSI has not calculated just yet, although it will. There we go, 33 in the front. What are we sitting at in the rear? What are we sitting at? Well, it should be 42. Well, 42.8, so it's actually a little hard. A little heavy. Well, that's based on that. I mean, I'm actually gonna go off the compressor because I think that compressor is pretty freaking accurate. The sensors, maybe not so much. Although if the front one is measuring 33.6, I usually like to have 34. It might actually be a little lower, and I should top up that tire too. Kind of a busy intersection here. We're gonna go across. We're gonna go down the gravel. I've never been down this road. This is one thing about having an adventure bike is you can go down gravel. You can go down gravel. Now I am running more air in my tire than I usually like to, so typically, I'll put my sunglasses down here. Typically, I would run a little bit less pressure on gravel, and I like to stand up when I'm on gravel. It's kind of a dirt bike trait, gives you a better feel, and if the bike kicks out, you can shift your weight from side to side. This is kind of a loose gravel road, and gravel is kind of one of those things that if you drive fast, centrifugal force will keep you upright, but sometimes you get really sliding around and hard to correct when you're going fast. So And it's just a thing you gotta decide what you want to do. So there's people's houses back in here. Never down this little road. So a couple little acreages. And then it looks like it just basically goes to a field. A little body of water over there in the distance. And a notice to keep out because that's somebody else's land. Okay, let's go back down this gravel. Little slide in there. I do like about the GS is the quick shifter. So if I'm standing up like this and it's not as easy to clutch, I can just quick shift and go up, go down as I need to. Now the first to second shift on the 1250 GS is rough. Like it's a hard shift, but it's still functional. So I generally clutch with those two gears, but in this case on the gravel, I'll take a little bit of a hard shift. It's not hard enough that if I'm not at high RPMs, I'm not going to like kick out. It'll just allow me not to use the clutch. There is definitely a lot of side wind, and I'm curious to see how much of that's picked up from the mic. If there's a ton of wind noise, I'll just apologize right now. We're gonna find out. All right, got motorhome in front of us. We're gonna go right here. Right-hand turns are always better than left. I'm really glad that I decided to make this video and test this out. I didn't even think of my tire. I did do 50 kilometers on it right yesterday. Almost as soon as I picked it up from the motorcycle shop, I ran out to a little town and back. A little highway test, a little gravel test, and everything felt good. The tire felt good. I'm running now a Dunlop Trail Max Mission. Close that up. That's the new tire I decided to go with because everyone said it's a nice 80-20 tire for asphalt to pave, and it lasts a long time. I was running the Karoo 3s that I got on the bike from factory, and I like that tire too. Actually, we took it off-road a little bit, and it was great, but at the 4,400 kilometer mark, I'm looking at it going, this is almost done. I did mostly asphalt on that. It wasn't hot, and I mean the bike weighs a lot. It's got a lot of power. I rode 2 up for some of that mileage, but still, approximately a 5,000 kilometer tire. It just burns off too quickly. I mean, part of it's cost of replacement, part of it is downtime, inconvenience, and the other part is just big trips. I mean, I'm doing a 2,000 kilometer trip this weekend. I've got a $5,000 kilometer trip planned shortly as well, and at 7,000 K, I would literally need a new back tire between those trips. It's not good. Traffic circle. I don't see how that quick shift is. Still a little chunky. We're just running out east of Grand Prairie, Alberta here, so we're on a secondary highway. And yeah, aside from the wind and a little bit of clouds, I mean, not a lot of clouds, it's a beautiful day. There's some scattered showers. If we look off to that distance, you can see it looks like there's some rain south. Now, there's a valley and a river over there, and a lot of times the weather won't cross that body of water, or, especially if this is just like partly cloudy, that kind of holds that weather back. So, yeah, interesting to see how the geography affects the weather patterns. All right. We're just going for a little cruise here. And that tire pressure just a little higher reading now, even higher than what it did before. And I realized that was probably cold pressure versus warm pressure, but we're reading almost 44 PSI, which is definitely a hard rear tire for this bike, especially with the amount of weight I have on it. Now we're at 44 PSI. If I am running 2 up with all sorts of luggage, hey, 44 psi might not be a bad idea. I mean, you know, this bike weighs almost 600 pounds. I weigh over 200 pounds. With all my gear and everything, I mean, we are well over 1,000 pounds with another rider. You want to have an inflated back tire, unless you're doing some backcountry riding, and then maybe you don't. People out for a walk here. It's a nice day. We'll give them a little wave. They don't wave back. Give it a little nod. Okay. Not the friendliest, but that's all right. Maybe they haven't chose to walk. I think you're out for just a walk, though. Four-way stop here. Crack my visor open because it's warm. And we're going to tool right across. Because why? 'Cause it's kind of fun to explore all of these subdivisions. And just go see, you know, what's all out here? What's hanging out? There's tons of these little acreage subdivisions around this area. And a lot of this stuff is older, you know, probably 30, 40 years ago, maybe even longer. It was established and whatnot. But if you don't live out here or know somebody who lives out here, you got really no reason to come out here. But beautiful places, white fence, nice signs done up. Oh yeah, well maintained. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Well treed. Which is good because we get our fair share of wind here. So if you don't have some trees, a windbreak, I mean, it's not a great time. Everything will blow away. If you've got a trampoline, it's going to blow away. You've got anything, it's going to blow away. This backs onto a field. See, they're just starting to crop in there. And okay, that goes to a big long driveway to somebody's house, and we've reached the end of our road here. So that's that little acreage. I grew up in this area, and I have never been down this little road because you don't come down them if you don't have a reason to come down them. You know, but that's where when you own a motorcycle, especially an adventure. Oh, llama. That's when you own a motorcycle, especially an adventure motorcycle. You just want to go explore. Oh, now I want to go down there. Now I actually want to go down there and check out that little Sunnybrook area of the subdivision. So one thing that always causes a little bit of alarm is when people in these areas see you just driving by and they're like, who's that? Who lives here? What are they doing? Are they scouting this area to steal things from me? Like, why are they there? Yeah, so I get that. I get that. Hopefully just the suspicions go away because clearly just out for an adventure, not out for scouting for theft. We're going to go left here. So there's more subdivisions down this way. White car was there first. Four-way stop. Now it's our turn. All right. Ooh, give her a little gas. This bike has no shortage of torque and power. I mean, you slip up just a little bit, and well, you know what? I'm glad it has wheelie control. Let's actually go in here. Let's go in here. I'm glad it has wheelie control because if you just crack on it wrong, I mean, the wheelie control on, it'll let you come up a foot or two, but I mean, if you have this in Dynamic or Dynamic Pro, yeah, you can fly right up. So more acreages, not a paved road out here, but nice little acreages, and that's really quickly the end of that journey. Again, I've never been down this road for good reason. I don't live out here. Looks like this place is actually for sale. So there's that. Manage here. Loose gravel. Loose gravel is one of the more difficult terrains for me to ride in. And I mean, as you get more comfortable with it, but especially the back tire full of air, these new Michelin Dunlops do seem to be working out well. It feels pretty confident on this terrain. They are a heavier tire, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel like that should be a good thing. Yeah, this is actually a pretty busy road with all these little acreages out here. A little secondary road. Okay, we're headed south. We're going to go and see what other little acreages we can check out. I actually went that way the last time I was out here, checked out some stuff. So I'll probably head left, east a little bit more. Here, we'll take some of that wind noise off for you guys. And as I mentioned, it is breezy today. There's a stiff breeze. It's not blowing my bike all over the road, although let's be honest, this 600-pound machine with me on it, it's not probably going to get blown out of the way much. Eastland Acres. All right. Oh, nice little spot. Again, well treed in here. Really nice. Holy cow! I got nowhere. You guys, I got nowhere. I like literally. Okay, well we should have went left, which we're gonna retrace our steps. So if you go right into Eastland Acres, it's 3 properties and an immediate turnaround. Now we're gonna go right. I don't know if that's new or old, but it looks like someone's just starting to put up. It looks pretty new. Starting to put up some fencing where they put some pipe in the ground and I'm gonna fence that off. Oh, hey, puppy dogs. Probably a couple guard dogs. When you live on areas like this, it's very popular to have dogs. I mean, they're a great warning system. They keep off predators. Yeah, they're pretty much everybody who lives on a piece of property like these, you'll have some animals. Oh, the trees are really nice. This is all really nice and obviously planted a long time ago. You know, some of this stuff does grow quite quickly, but not those ones. They take a while to form in that type. Oh, this is a nice little subdivision. Paved, you know, so that's a big bonus. You don't have to deal with mud and gravel. Not that, you know, I'm on the machine to handle a little bit of off-road terrain, but it's got to be nice for these guys that they live down pavement. That's a nice home. It's like something built in the 90s, if I had to guess. And our short little exploration is over. Oh, look at that. Donkeys? No, ponies? I don't know if you can see that through the trees. Sometimes you, well, you saw that llama, but sometimes you come through here and you'll see some cool animals. Mostly farm animals like dogs and cats and horses and cows, but sometimes you see a donkey or see a llama or emu, something neat, alpaca. Actually, I'm going to have to look at the footage again because I was going kind of quick. I didn't get a good look at that. I thought it was a llama. I know I said llama. And now I'm like, was it an alpaca? Did I get mixed up? I don't see them enough. I'm going to have to go back to elementary and learn all the names for all the animals that I look at. Well, this guy's out with his side-by-side, turned into his greenhouse. Yeah, another dog. You can feel as soon as I come out here, out of the sheltered tree area, the wind starts hitting me again. And a little ride like today, it's no big deal, but wind can be very fatiguing on a machine. Super fatiguing. Super fatiguing. Close my visor. Interested to see how this touring windshield looks through the GoPro. I went and explored all these acreages last time. I actually came down through here too, but I like this loop so much that I'm going to do it again. This is Aspen Ridge. This is an older, and it goes down a little valley. And in the summer, I mean, it's just beautiful. In the winter, it's it's beautiful too, but it's a little bit sketchier as you do go through a valley. Before I go down to actually Aspen, how many places are in here? Oh yeah, it's a dead turnaround. It's my friend Brad's house. Bunch of vehicles at his house today. Let's go check out Aspen. Driveway, some land. It's a nice day. Plus 20. Plus 20 in May. For our area of the world, that's awesome. And we're in northern Canada. We've had a great riding season already. I picked up this bike April 2nd in Calgary, Alberta. Rode it almost 800 kilometers home that day. April 2nd. Like that is, and I could have rode it home earlier. That's incredible. So this is a nice little valley. Truly a fun little road to ride down. Driveway there, somebody's place. Road's a little uneven here. Suspension on the GSA is more than adequate. We're just sticking in third gear, letting it hold us from catching too much speed going down the hill. I mean, we could go a lot faster if it felt like it, but hey, why not slow down today? Rural Crime Watch area. You're a little ways away from law enforcement. This is really cool. Access point to a trail system through that gate. Come up the hill. Really nice out here, just beautiful. And you know, there has been some theft in the area, targeted theft. You know, people have a few nicer things, maybe some ATVs or whatnot. So, oh, it's an interesting food truck sign. There's nothing out here but acreages, but it looks like somebody's hosting food trucks or something. Yeah, anyways, a lot of security now. You'll see gates on all these properties because, again, they get scouted. People come out here, desperate people or criminal organizations or whatever, trying to steal stuff. So almost everyone has a gate, and these are nice properties. I mean, a lot of them are million dollar homes, well established. This is an older area for sure. I don't know when it was developed, maybe the 70s, 80s, 90s. But there's been some new places put on here. Gates, like I say, for almost everybody. Some don't. Some ladies walking here. Hey, I know that lady. I play pickleball with her. Huh. If you guys play pickleball, it is a lot of fun. Oh, let's go down here. Why? Why not? Again, I hope I don't sketch out the neighborhood too much. When you come down these dead-end roads, it's like, what are you going down there for? There's literally no reason to go down there unless you live down there or visiting someone. I am just checking out everywhere. Okay, so this is another, looks like backcountry use lease land. Neat. Everything out east of here, there's just I know there's a lot of trails. I rode out here with an ATV once, and there's a lot of trails back in there in that crown land, government land that you can access and ride on. Go left here, keep following this loop around. Yeah, that's a beautiful yard. Older area, so still have overhead power. Not amazing, because one of these trees falls down, everybody loses power out here sometimes. It can happen, you know, lightning strikes and whatever else, but Won't ride too fast through this little subdivision because we already saw people walking and kids playing. Oh, I should have went down there. Oh well. I'm talking instead of paying attention to where I'd like to ride to. Oh, horse manure. The thing that'll be out here is horses. This house was for sale a while ago. It's an older home, but a lot of character on that house. Fence could use a little bit of upkeep. But everybody needs upkeep now and then. I don't know. Ditches are all mowed down. A little turnaround right in there. Yeah. It's a beautiful day. Just beautiful. Sky looks so blue today. This looks rich. Somebody cleared out some brush there. Oh, horses. So you can have if you live out on these little acreages. I mean, it's not a full-blown farm, but it's enough land to have a little pasture. Oh, this looks like a nice spot. That is a really nice wall that's put up. Maybe indicative of a nicer property. Really back in there too, so some privacy. Go left and come back out of the subdivision. Let's go really slow here and just see what this says. Food truck, Tuesday. That's this Tuesday, May 28th. Cul-de-sac, lot 88, 5 p.m. Bring family and friends. Okay, so they're having kind of a neighborhood food truck thing here. So, you know, they don't have to go into town. And probably quad there, ATV there, walk there, ride their horse there, whatever they want to do. We're going to stand up here. This is pretty. Put our visor down and shield you from the wind. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Quick shifter again. And these are fun little curves. All right, well, we'll see how much wind this microphone's picking up now. The visor's closed and the helmet's pretty quiet, but I'm standing over the windshield. This gives a nice view, however, sometimes a little bit louder. But we'll see. We'll see when we hear the audio after we finish filming. Fun little road. It's not perfectly even pavement, but again, on an adventure bike, that's fine. I don't know what it'd be like if you're riding a Harley or something. You might want to go a little slower. It could be hard on your kidneys, but the suspension on this is a 2023 BMW R1250 GSA. It's got the suspension to handle stuff like that. And I was standing up, so my knees also helped that. I mean, between the two, yeah, it's great. Okay, now we're going to be riding into the wind. Right into the wind. And we got time. Okay, kind of been messing around enough today, so probably just head back home. We're not going to go play around in any more acreages. It's warm enough that I'd like my visor up, but the wind is definitely going to stop me from doing that. It's obnoxious, that wind, so even with the visor down, I still hear a bit of it. And I'm not sure if the mic will pick it up, but we'll find out. So we're going for a horse ride. All right. Another place for sale in there. These acreages are always changing hands. You gotta really watch traffic. I mean, people don't see motorcycles, so I'm kind of always prepared to just give it some more gas, get out of the way, something like that. I mean, a big SUV will wreck my day in a hurry, so. Sunridge Estates. And good bend in the road here. Okay, we took that a little more than 30. Double 30. Oh, this is 50 here now. Hey, I apologize. I should go a little slower. I wonder why they lowered that to 50. Like this is definitely an 80 road. That's a nice home. Garage. There's some really nice homes out here. Again, this whole road is littered with little acreages. That's another little acreage system down there. And then this is actually where Asher dumped the Ducati. Yeah. We were riding in these fields and in these ditches, which is pretty awesome. It's windy. I was going to do that again. I was going to just jump in the ditch, but now I'm looking at this going, intersection's coming up. I better just keep going. Should we ride across the gravel and go back up to the township road that we started on? Sure. All right, I got a tire full of air, bit of a gravel. See how comfortable we get. Keeping her about 50 kilometers an hour now. And we're riding around the third gear. Definitely some squirrely gravel here. And I know the idea is just to ride it out, but it's hard not to feel anxious sometimes. I'm getting more confident riding gravel the more I do it. And this bike, you know, I've only had this bike for under 2 months. Although the BMW is, in my opinion, a lot better than the Ducati for off-road. I could put it in enduro mode and see if that helps. I'm in road mode right now, so I don't know if that would maybe limit the torque or whatnot. Sometimes it does things like that to help you on loose surfaces. It's pretty loose right here, but it feels good. It feels solid. Like the bike feels solid. The road is definitely loose. It's not maybe like a freshly graded road, but there's a fair amount of gravel on this road. We just had some rain last week, quite a bit of rain, so I'm happy that this road isn't really muddy and rutted and whatnot. Although it's been so dry, we are in a drought year that any rain we got is probably absorbed quite quickly. Okay, so we're still riding in third gear. It's definitely feeling comfortable in this gear. Probably could take her to fourth and pick up the speed a bit, but since it's feeling comfortable, we'll just hang out in this gear. Oh yeah, that was sketchy. Adventure riding. That's why I bought a motorcycle like this. I considered some touring bagger style motorcycles, Indians, that kind of stuff. And in the end, I had to get another adventure touring. And this one is renowned for being able to go long distances, feel light and sporty, and yet still handle different terrain. And it is doing everything I ask of it. I mean, I did the Saddle Sore 1000 earlier this month, 1,000 miles in under 24 hours. We were on the road for 18 hours with a few short stops, and it did everything I wanted it to do. I got home, yeah, I was weary, but I didn't feel like I had the wrong machine for the job. Now, maybe a Goldwing or something like that would have been just a little more comfortable, but it was pretty comfortable, all things considered, on its stock seat. Okay. It's coming. Like even shifting from third to fourth, this bike just wants to pick its front end up when you crack on the throttle. That's all kinds of torque. All kinds of torque. Fourth gear, and you can just go. You can just go. And coming up to a traffic circle, I just put this traffic circle in here a few years ago. Locals do not like traffic circles in these areas. They just don't. They want to go straight. They don't like stop signs either, but traffic circles really, we get winter here, snow and ice and everything, and I mean, I guess, yeah, it's an inconvenience, but I don't mind them. I don't drive this road every day with my vehicle. Maybe it would be more of an annoyance if I did. It's a new school, new elementary school there. And traffic circles on a bike are fun. Yeah, third gear, tire off the ground. Not a lot, I've got it in road mode, but again, crack on it, and it just wants to come up. So that's a true farm. We saw acreages, and then this is a subdivision. It's actually the subdivision I live in, so it's just out of town. Quiet. Not a real acreage, but kind of mini acreages. Gives you a little bit more yard. Yeah, nice. Well, it's definitely loud in my helmet now, so I'm curious as to how much wind noise the last bit of this audio is going to get as we head into the wind. This touring windshield has been amazing for me, so we'll see how much it blocks of everything. We're going to get out of the wind right now. Okay, we are back to the area that we were on when we first started, and we had to pull over with that tire showing low pressure. Oh, it's a nice day for a bike ride. Gorgeous. I mean, other than I got a concern of the tire pressure, the tire feels good. It feels good, weave in, feels good on the corners, felt good on the gravel. All right, guys, thanks for joining that ride with me. And yeah, testing the audio out using this audio overlay with our phone. GoPro on the ChinMount. Have a great day. Let's try this voice command. GoPro, stop recording.